We gotta stop with this narrative, man. We have to stop with this narrative. I don't like this narrative that like Jones is automatically gonna win in UFC 309. Where are you guys? I'm trying to figure out where you guys getting it from. Like, if your only reason is because he hasn't fought in a long time, I can kind of understand the absence. But as a fighter, what do you mean Jones is gonna go in there and make easy work of Stipe Miocic? I saw Chael Sonnen glazing that, riding that topic, talking about Jones gonna get him out in the first round. Like, I'm seeing these stupid things. Like, yeah, dude, Jones is the GOAT, dude. He's just cowabunga, dude. Like, you know, bro, stop riding this he's the GOAT narrative. He's gonna go in there and watch him. Stipe Miocic is the better heavyweight than Jon Jones. We already know this though. My big thing about Stipe is that I think it's very likely that he could beat Jonathan Jones. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jon Jones, heavyweight Jones specifically. So we know that Stipe Miocic is the better striker than Jon Jones. Yes, Jon Jones is better at like eye poking. You know, his oblique kick might be a little better, but overall striking, I do think Stipe has the advantage, especially in the boxing realm. Stipe is probably one of the best, if not the best, heavyweight boxer, maybe outside of Francis Ngannou in UFC history. Like, his boxing is just second to none. He really puts a crazy boxing pace and just pressure in the way he slips his punches. He's a really good boxer. Now, Jones' biggest weakness has been his boxing. Jones does not do great as far as boxing is concerned. He always getting tagged up in the boxing department. What Jones did at light heavyweight was that when he was a little bit more agile, moving a lot better, he would use his oblique kicks, keep them at bay. He would kind of hand fight them, use some kicks just to keep them at bay. And then once he wants to shoot for a takedown, to shoot it. But he does his best work against like his shorter opponents, you know, when he's losing oblique kicks, keeping them away. As far as boxing concerned, we've seen him get outboxed tremendously, like people like Gustafsson and like people like Reyes and people like Santos. Like, we've seen him get outboxed. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Now you're going against a heavyweight boxer who's actually one of the best boxers in heavyweight history. So this is going to be it's just going to be a big thing for Jones to get used to. In addition to that, I want to talk about Jones' movement. I'm talking about striking right now. Stipe, obviously the better striker. He moves well for heavyweight, or he moved well. We haven't seen him for a little bit. Jones, I don't know if I'm the only one who's seen this, but like how awkwardly Jones looked while moving against Cyril Gane is a little bit concerning. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, just because he had ring rust. But he was doing some awkward movements in the striking, looking like he didn't really know his, like, the distance management. He didn't really know much. And now that he's a bigger dude, I just feel like the oblique kicks and like the movement he's like known for at light heavyweight isn't going to be that great. I swear to God, if he never took down Cyril Gane, now he would have lost the fight, of course. But Cyril Gane has bad takedown defense, unlike Stipe. I'll get into that a little bit later. But Jones' movement is just a little bit awkward for me, and I feel like that's gonna, like, Stipe's gonna have a field day with that. He might even throw in some low leg kicks, those chicken legs, carrying that heavy ass top, bro. Heavyweight Jones still has his chicken legs. He just has a heavy top now. Stipe chopping at that leg and then mixing in his boxing could give Jones a lot of problems. And now I know you guys are gonna be like, Jones took down Gane though and made it look easy. He's probably gonna do the same thing with Stipe. No, he's not, bro. What, dude? Yo, if you said that, I know your hairline fucked up. I can already tell by that. Like, I can't relate. But, like, I know if you said that, you have something going on. Because what makes you think that he's just going to go there and give him the Cyril Gane treatment? Stipe can wrestle, dog. I don't know if you guys know this. Stipe can wrestle. Stipe has been against one of the best wrestlers in UFC history in DC. And he took him down multiple times. He stuffed multiple of DC's takedowns. He's shown that he can hang with the best wrestlers in the heavyweight division. Now, is Jones a better wrestler than DC? I don't really know, especially not at heavyweight. Like, DC, doesn't matter what size you are. He'll lift you over his shoulder, walk you around, and slam you. I actually think DC is the better offensive wrestler. People might think that's a hot take. Jones might have better trips and stuff, but, like, as far as a high crotch or, I feel like just DC is the more accomplished wrestler out of the two. He is, but even the UFC as well. So I've seen Stipe defend against what I'd argue is a better wrestler than someone like Jones. And I know Jones is at a heavyweight weight class, so it's not going to be as easy as taking down these light heavyweights. In addition to the point that for some reason, Jon Jones has struggled taking down people similar to his height and stature. I know he has inches, pause. I know he has inches over my boy Stipe, but Stipe's a bigger dude. He's not like these light heavyweights. So we've seen it against Gustafsson. He couldn't take down Gustafsson in the first fight for shit. You've seen it against Dominic Reyes, seen it against you know, a lot of people. Even DC was kind of struggling to take him down and hold him there. He would take him down, but he wouldn't hold him there. You know, all these guys. So Reyes, Santos, Gustafsson, all these guys who know how to kind of wrestle, he's not able to just take them down and give them the Cyril Gane treatment. What people don't understand about Cyril Gane, great striker, beautiful striker, unlike any other heavyweight I've ever seen in my life. Cyril Gane's defensive wrestling sucks. We've seen it against, and Ngannou looked great against him too. We just see Cyril Gane's not the best defensive wrestler. Stipe, on the other hand, is a great wrestler. So the narrative that he's just going to go in there and take him down the first round, submit him like Gane, if you're saying that, bro, just get out of it. Just leave, bro. Don't watch UFC because you don't know what you're talking about. And I want to talk about Stipe's only losses as well, because, like, of course, his last loss, like, 3 years ago. I think that the inactivity for Stipe is probably the biggest demise to him, in my opinion. But, you know, of course, his last loss 3 years ago to Francis Ngannou. Do I think Francis Ngannou is a better heavyweight than Jones? Absolutely. Francis Ngannou right then would destroy Jones at that time. Right now, he destroyed Jones. Francis is the heavyweight GOAT, to be honest. I don't care if you disagree or agree. My point is, he's just a more dangerous heavyweight than Jones. He possesses something called one-punch power. He has the ability to put someone away. Stipe did get knocked out by a really good fighter who's great, hard to take down, and had heavy hands. Because that was an improved Francis Ngannou. Stipe was used to the Ngannou who could just take down and do all that shit too. But Ngannou has shown an improved takedown defense the second time around. So I don't think Stipe was ready for it. Now, Jones does not have power. He doesn't have one-punch power especially. And he definitely doesn't have the amount of power that Francis Ngannou has. So I know some people look at Stipe's last loss, but he got knocked out, dude. He has no chance against Jones. The fuck's Jones gonna do? He gonna eye poke him via KO or something like that? Listen, the only chance he has of knocking him out is an eye poke, like a really good eye poke. So I'm gonna Leon Bilal one eye poke. Like that, I don't see him knocking out Stipe. Matter of fact, look at every single Stipe fight in his entire career, every single loss. He has 4 losses. Struve, JDS, Ngannou, and DC. One person beat him by decision. It was JDS in his prime now. Every other fighter to beat Stipe, 99% of the time, you're going to need to knock him out. That's how you beat Stipe. You're going to have to knock him out. And his 4 losses, 3 of them have been because he got knocked out. Now, do I look at Jones and think he has knockout power? No. Do I look at Jones? Do I think he's a kind of shitty boxer with decent wrestling? Yes. But now that we know that Stipe's defensive wrestling is really good, his offensive wrestling too is going to make Jones work for something new. He has better boxing. We know that his biggest kryptonite is getting chinned by someone with heavy hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, DC has good hands. You know what I'm saying? Francis Ngannou has heavy hands. That's why they're able to knock out someone like Stipe. Do I look at Jones, say he has heavy hands or good boxing? No, I don't see either one. Okay? I'll be real. So, now that we know this, so the narrative that he's going to go in there and outwork Stipe in the first round to submit him like Chael Sonnen and all these other casuals are trying to be, yeah, dude, trust me, dude. What's your source? My source, trust me, bro. Radical, dude. Like, bro, that shit is not flying, man. I swear it's not flying, man. I can't be bothered with that horrible narrative. So, in my opinion, this fight has a great chance of going the distance. And, like, when it's going the distance and you have someone like Jones going through adversity at this spot of his career, I don't know how he's going to react. He just came off an easy win against Cyril Gane, and then he took another long layoff. Like, listen, he could have been active. He just didn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. And after his surgery, he's trying to figure out someone to fight, and he's like just begging Stipe to come back out of being a firefighter. Cool. You got the guy. You got the firefighter in the octagon now. But now, if you're not able to take him down because it's great defensive wrestling, you're forced to stand and trade with him. And we know Stipe is the better striker, the superior striker. We know Jones' movement isn't what it used to be. Now what's this fight looking like? Now what happens when it's the championship rounds and Stipe's still there and Stipe's taking Jones down and Stipe's making the fight ugly? You guys will be surprised about the chance Stipe Miocic actually has against Jon Jones. I feel like people are looking at this fight like it's just the GOAT running through an old man. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm going to critique Stipe a little bit. If this was prime versus prime, it'd be a no-brainer for me, at least. I don't know about you guys. For me, it'd be a no-brainer. Like, Stipe would easily destroy him in heavyweight easy. Not like, wouldn't even break a sweat. Okay, but we gotta account for the age. Yes, Stipe is his older by like 6 years. I don't know. It's a good amount, but maybe even more than that. But Stipe is the older guy. Stipe has been more inactive. Not that Jones been wicked active. Like one fight in the last, I don't know, probably like 4 years or something, 5 years. Like that's not wicked active either. But Stipe is even worse. So the fact that Stipe is less active is kind of concerning too. I've seen clips of Stipe like walking into the arena before with like kind of a limp. It's like there's some things that concern me about Stipe. However, I'm gonna say this though: Stipe took this fight. I don't know if it's for a paycheck. If it's for a paycheck, he's gonna lose. If he can barely walk, he's just for a paycheck. He's obviously gonna get embarrassed. But if Stipe shows up in any way, shape, or form, like 2021 Stipe, that even got knocked out by Francis Ngannou, that Stipe would beat Jon Jones. The Stipe that got knocked out by Francis Ngannou will and could easily beat Jon Jones. Now, is this official Mr. Kenny prediction? No, but I want you guys to just have a understanding of what this fight can really be. Who do I actually think is going to win? I don't know. Like, I know the fights, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit more research before I come up with my predictions because I'm going to go 100% on that card, of course. But, you know what I'm saying? I got to think a little bit before I come down to a valid decision. But I just don't like people writing Stipe off like he's a bum. Like, bro, it's Stipe Miocic. Don't get it twisted. I know ring rust could be a bitch, but Jones even showed us in his last fight. Ring rust is horrible, but if you know how to throw hands, if you know how to fight, you can make it a lot more interesting. And I think Stipe, if you're going to take a fight with Jon Jones, and he's talking about he doesn't even know what he's going to do after the fight. I saw him in the Jake Paul interview. He was talking about he doesn't even know if he's going to retire or not. He doesn't really know what's up. He just wants to see how the fight goes, and he's going to see how it plays out. Do I think both, let me be honest, both of them are going to retire. If Jones wins, he's retiring. You know, Stipe wins, he's retiring. No one's gonna want, because if they stay, they know they have to fight Aspinall. Why the hell would they do that? They know they're gonna both lose, especially Stipe. But you know, Jones doesn't believe he can win, so they're both gonna retire. So it's a matter of how Stipe looks. I'm just hoping Stipe took this fight ready to fight, and I hope he's not gonna give up on himself, because I know Stipe's biggest weapon here is gonna be his endurance, his gas tank, his boxing, and his defensive wrestling, forcing Jones to have a dogfight. Last time we seen Jones in the dogfight was a Reyes fight, and he didn't look like himself. Even at the start of the 5th round, you can see him breathing heavy, like, holy shit, like, I'm about to lose to this guy. If Stipe brings that same fight to him in a heavier weight class where Jones is not even used to getting out, Jones hasn't even been out the first round at heavyweight. You guys aren't even realizing this. He's carrying more weight, but his last fight, he just finished it so quickly, he didn't even get to test that endurance at that higher weight. But now we're going to see that endurance at the higher weight. If Stipe shows up like Stipe should push this fight, elongate it, and let's see how this heavyweight gas tank for Jon Jones looks, because I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be what you're thinking in your head. Even this fight's even risky to bet on, but I know Jones is a huge favorite. If for whatever reason you believe in Stipe, bro, follow your heart, because your heart's probably trying to tell you something. I'm telling you right now, Stipe Miocic, stop routing him off. Any heavyweight who's older could beat Jon Jones. It's Stipe Miocic. He's going to keep it standing. He's going to outpoint him. He's going to outstrike him. He's going to outwork him. Stipe Miocic will defeat Jon Jones if he comes ready. But that's it for me. Let me know what y'all think down below. Like I said, this is like definitely an underdog pick, but this is not my official pick, by the way. But I'm just saying that you guys got to open your eyes with Stipe and stop counting my boy out. But that's it for me, though, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.